Hello, everyone, and welcome to the July 2018 edition of the App Demo Jam covering admin apps on the AppExchange. My name is Jeff Grosse, and I'm a Salesforce MVP. I am joined today by a new co-host that you may not have seen on here for a while or ever. Kerry McClauss is my friend who's joining me today. How you doing, Kerry?
Good. Thanks for letting me join.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you here. Well, I'm also joined by the ever amazing Amanda Nelson from the Salesforce AppExchange marketing team. Good morning. Well, wait, sorry. Good afternoon, Amanda.
Hello. Yeah, good to see you again, Jeff. And Kerry, I know she and I have done some demo jams together at DX and Dreamforce, so I'm excited to have her on the webinar.
It is fun having her here for the regular monthly one. So you guys, our audience, can follow along with the webinar today live on Twitter. All you got to do is use the hashtag AppDemoJam, and you can ask questions out there of the Demo Jam participants. You can share the Salesforce Ohana for the Demo Jam, or you can just let people know that you're hanging out with us because we're glad you're here. Today's participants are going to be, not in order of appearance, but we've got OwnBackup, Flosum, Hellosign, and Metazoa. But before the competition can get started, Kerry's got a few rules for the Demo Jam that you should all know about. Take it away, Kerry.
Yes, there's some very important rules. The first is that each app gets 3 minutes to demo, and you may hear some noises at 30 seconds remaining. They're going to get you'll hear a seal barking. That means they have 30 seconds left. Perfect. And then when their time is up, we'll hear an elephant trumpet. And they will be shut down at 3 minutes on the dot. They are not allowed to use any slides. There will be voting. So there will be one winner at the end. We'll open up the voting. And so the winner is chosen by you, our audience. We ask that you please do not vote for your own company, just in interest of fairness. And that's it. So let's get ready to rumble.
All right. Thanks for that, Kerry. It is time to get started. And first off today, we've got Flosum. Flosum is the only 100% native application lifecycle management tool on the Salesforce platform that helps developers release managers save valuable time and resources by solving many of the painstaking development issues and streamlining the deployment process through features like continuous integration, easy code comparison, continuous deployment, and much, much more. Today with us to demonstrate everything that they do, well, within 3 minutes, is Mackenzie Bergtoff, and it is time to hand it over to you. Mackenzie, are you ready to show us the goods?
I am. Thank you, Jeff.
Your 3 minutes starts now.
Hey guys, I'm Mackenzie. I'm with a company called Flosum, and we're a release management and continuous integration tool. But unlike any other solution out there, we're built entirely on the Force.com platform. And because all of our clients' data stays completely within the platform, it also makes us the most secure and compliant solution on the market. Now I'll show you our quick demo. Here we've got your Flosum org, which acts as an orchestration hub between all of your various orgs. And you can see here, if you click on any given org, you have full visibility into the org. So you can assign permissions, you can control who can do what, and you also have an audit trail and deployment history, so you can see exactly what changes have been made by who and when. The next tab is our snapshot tab, which allows you to easily take a look at two orgs, say pre-production and post-production, and compare the changes. And if you want to drill down into a component, say you want to take a look at this custom object, you can easily compare before development and after development. So you'll see anything in yellow has been changed, anything in green has been added. Another cool thing you can do from this tab is you can quickly create deployment. So if you select all of these components and push add to patch, it'll easily, with a couple clicks of the button, create a deployment, which is a lot easier than, say, change sets. The next three tabs I'm going to show you are branches, repository, and commits, and they're all part of our version control system, which we built specifically for Salesforce. And it's got all the functionality of any other control system out there, but it's a little bit simpler to use. If you're already set up with the version control system, say Git, we can integrate with that as well. We just find that a lot of people find ours a little bit more intuitive and simpler. They also like that we can support every component type. Now, just like Git, we have our own branching strategy, but you can take any object and see the difference between the last committed version and what you're working on now. So you'll see right here, this is the last committed component, and this is the one the developer is working on, and there are some missing fields. So with a couple clicks of a button, you can pull these fields over and make sure you're not missing anything. We also have a manual option, so I won't go into this, but if we click this button, you'll see line-by-line code comparison, and you can use that and manually edit as well. Now I'll quickly jump into our repository tab, and this shows every version of a component that's been committed. And it's cool because you can take a look at a component and you can see all of the component history. So you'll see all the component history here, and if you want to take a look at the difference between versions, say version 1 and version 4, you can easily compare them, again, with this color coding approach. You'll see any changes that have been made. Lastly, I'll show you our patches tab, which is our deployment. And we've got a couple of unique features to Flosum. You can schedule a deployment, so if you'd rather be in bed at 2 in the morning, but you have to have your deployment going, you can schedule it there. We also can roll back anything that's committed to Salesforce. And then we also have a couple options. You can do a full profile deployment or a partial profile deployment, and you can specify which test class you want to run. So with this couple clicks of the button, you can specify that right there. So that concludes my demo. I hope I didn't hear the elephant, so I think I'm on time.
You're right at it. I was about ready to do it, but then I'm like, okay, she's done. So good job, Mackenzie. So, you know, I don't know how many people are going to, well, I'm going to say, I don't know how many bosses are going to let people be in bed while their deployment goes on overnight, but hey, you guys make it possible for that to happen. So that's fantastic.
You want the option, yes.
Yeah, exactly. At least you got the option, built it in. Yeah. Now, what I think is fantastic about this is release management is so complex and so difficult that, you know, it used to be much, much easier. But with everybody basically adopting a multi-org deployment strategy, you've got to plan these things out, and it is hard to keep things in sync to really make sure that you've got everything moving from one place to another, making those comparisons, seeing the changes over time. This is a fantastic tool to be able to understand that and be able to compare at any given time. The fact that it's got rollback capabilities makes it so much simpler, because I can't tell you the number of times on other software platforms in the past we've had to say, all right, what are we going to do to roll this stuff back, because things don't always go the way you expect, and the fact that you've got a backup plan, a backout plan, is fantastic. So appreciate seeing all that. Now, what we got to do, though, is we got to see what our audience wants to ask you, Mackenzie. So we're going to see if they can stump you. Amanda, what have we got for a question from the audience?
Yeah, great demo. Great job showing lots of different things in such a short time. And the question from the audience is about Lightning. Does this app work in Lightning?
Yeah, so we're coming out with it supports all Lightning component types right now, and we're also coming out soon with our own Lightning version of Flosum.
All right, fantastic. Good job, Mackenzie. Appreciate you being here. Stick around, because in case you win, we want an acceptance speech from you. So, but without further ado, awesome. I get to hand it over. Yeah, thank you. I get to hand it over to Kerry right now to introduce our second contestant for the Demo Jam this month.
Thanks, Jeff. Our next contestant is Hellosign. Hellosign simplifies work for millions of individuals worldwide. Hellosign for Salesforce is a super easy to use and implement e-signature solution. Users can quickly prepare quotes, sales contracts, and other key revenue-driven documents for e-signature, minimize the back and forth, and simplify the signing process for their customers. Joining us today to demo Hellosign is David Manning. David, are you ready? Oh, David, are you muted still?
I was. All right. I am ready.
All right. Take it away.
Okay. Well, first off, thank you, everyone, for taking the time to join us. Certainly appreciate that. Over the next 3 minutes, I'm going to be covering 3 things that I think are really cool about Hellosign for Salesforce. The first is just how incredibly easy and simple it is to get set up and running. So this is something that's less than an afternoon of one admin's time to get going. From there, I'm going to show you what it's like to manage your templates directly in Salesforce. We keep all of our Hellosign data in Salesforce, so that's really cool. And then the last thing, because at the end of the day, it's all about ROI, I'm going to show you sort of some of the insight and information and automation you can gain with that data that we're storing. So now with that, to get set up, all you need to really do is you need to connect your Hellosign account to your Salesforce account. From there, we have permission sets, buttons and related lists. So you'll provision your users and add those buttons and related lists to any of the page layouts you want to use Hellosign on. From there, honestly, you're good to go. You can start using the product. So yeah, very easy to get set up and running. So, all right, with that, let's talk about templates. So again, we're storing all of our template data in Salesforce. So say I have a template and I want to add an additional Salesforce field. Let's say created contracts, right? So created date, I had forgot to add that the first time. So I'm going to do that. And from here, you're in the Hellosign UI, but still in Salesforce. I'm going to just drag that field, map it onto our template, save that, and done. We've now just updated a template directly in Salesforce. And so I'll give you a little bit of a preview of what that looks like from the end user perspective. So I'm on this opportunity. I want to send that template. And here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to define who's the customer who needs to sign it. I, is the account exec, also need to sign it. And I'm going to CC my boss just so he can see this as well and be aware. And I'll prepare that document for sending. And here you can see all that Salesforce data merged into the document, as well as the Hellosign signature fields as well. So that's managing and working with templates, again, directly in Salesforce. And so last thing, again, ROI. So we store all of this data in Salesforce so you can gain some really powerful insights. So not only how many signature requests have you sent, but how many people have actually opened that document and viewed it. And of those people, how many have signed it? And if there's multiple people who need to sign it, like we just saw, when all of those people have signed it and the document is good to go. Again, with Hellosign for Salesforce, you can dramatically reduce the time it takes to get a document signed, and that results in better conversion rates, more deals closing, more money for you. So you can track who on your team is getting their documents signed the quickest. And then, of course, automation like posting to Chatter or updating fields, all sorts of great things you can do. So with that, I want to say thank you very much. We look forward to hearing from you.
Man, you were right on the line too, man. I was ready to go for the elephant, but I spared you.
Made it just in time.
We'll
Thank
hear
you.
it today. We might not hear the elephant today. Thank you so much, David. That was amazing. There are a couple of things that really stood out to me. I think it's pretty common to have a e-signature tool used with Salesforce, but I appreciate how easy it was to install and create the template right within Salesforce. That looked like a really great user experience. And then I can think of a lot of sales managers that would want to see this dashboard right here. That average time to sign by rep and the funnel is pretty great data that you don't usually have in your Salesforce instance. So really great job on your demo. Amanda, are there any questions for David at Hellosign?
Yeah, there are. Great demo. Great job on that. Love the dashboards too. The question is, are there any limitations of merging data into a template? And if so, what are they?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So out of the box, we support accounts, contacts, opportunities, and leads. But we also support any additional standard or custom objects you have. And so from there, you can pull in data from that primary object. So if you're working with an opportunity, you can pull in fields from that opportunity. You can also pull in fields from the apparent account or fields from any associated contacts or users. So there's a great amount of reach in the data you can pull into your templates.
Ah, that's great. That's really good information to know. Thank you so much, David. Now I'll be passing it back to Jeff for our next demo.
Awesome. Today we are going to be seeing a lot of admin stuff, and I have with us next up Metazoa. Metazoa helps organizations with their change and release management and application lifecycle management through their Snapshot product line. Snapshot offers productivity tools for the Salesforce admin and release manager who deals with all this org cleanup, reporting, comparison, and overall lifecycle management. You know, features that you're going to see in here include metadata migration from any org to any org, reporting on org optimization, compliance and security, as well as how Salesforce DX fits into it and compatibility. To show us all this today, we've got Satya Srindar, Technical Services Manager. Are you ready to show us the demo?
I am, Jeff.
All right, your 3 minutes begins.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for this opportunity. So, folks, I am Sridhar from Metazoa. Some of you might have heard of us as Dream Factory. We wrote the original change and release management application for Salesforce. With the company rebranding, we rewrote that entire product line and called it Snapshot Dorado. So what does it do? For starters, we can pull metadata from your content repositories. Could be Git, could be Bitbucket, TFS, SVN, whatever, and we can connect that up with Salesforce orgs. And the Salesforce orgs themselves can be backed up. That metadata backup can be used in many ways. For starters, you can connect these metadata orgs and then deploy metadata using these highly visual deployment pipelines. But all of us know the real work is not in actually deploying that metadata, but in prepping for it and making sure nothing goes wrong. So towards that purpose, we have various tools, starting with comparisons. So these are our comparisons to help you understand the differences. At a high level, you are seeing the differences for entire objects there, but you can also drill down and see the differences for individual fields. So you can see it at a high level or at a XML diff level as well. Right? This extends for every metadata types out there, including profiles and permission sets, where we use a matrix format to help you see the differences immediately. And this is for every part of the profile or permission set. Right? Outside of that, there are various reports to help you understand how your org is structured, including a data dictionary for your security and compliance needs. So here I have a data dictionary already created where you see information about the properties of the fields, how many pick list values you have, what things are required or not, default values, descriptions, help text, actual formulas behind these formula fields, and such. Over and beyond that, we can also help with org optimization stuff. These include things like forgotten assets, things that people have created but not really used and such. And this could be for any metadata type. Here you are seeing this for email templates, where it's identifying which email templates are not being used or being used and where they are being used. And this could be for pretty much anything, queues, groups, whatnot, right? We could do the same from a data perspective as well through our field usage. And by the way, as you can see here, all of our reports are nicely branded, so you can see where things are being used and who is using them, and shows you from data perspective what's using default, empty, distinct, and such. So what that all means is you have an org management tool through Snapshot to help you back up your org, help you see differences, migrate that data, and various reports to help you understand how your org is structured or not. And that's the demo there.
Wow.
Back to you, Jeff.
You were right up against the wall there too, as far as the time, but you got it all in. I tell you what, I didn't realize that there was the company rebrand go on. I don't remember how long you guys have been in business, but I think I remember using you guys back in 2007 as an early customer. And this thing has really developed out a lot. When I look at the ability that you have here to show the pipeline and show how your changes are being moved from one place to another, what the comparison looks like, the ability to pull that out into a report and understand better how the data is being used, how your fields are being used. It's always one of those hard things to go out and just tell a user, hey, I need you to work on what don't you need on these page layouts anymore? What fields are you guys not using? And when you can come back with hard data that says, by the way, here are the things I propose you guys stop using to make way for newer information within Salesforce. I think that's fantastic to be able to have that. So good job on the demo.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is time to hand over to Amanda. What have we got for an audience question today?
Yes, and great job on the rebrand and everything, and good luck with all of that. That's very exciting. The question from the audience is, where do you store your metadata backups?
That's an interesting question. This is actually one of the secret sauces for Metazoa. This is all running on the client's infrastructure. So there is no Amazon Web Services that is hosted by Metazoa or another Salesforce org or anything on our side. This is all in your infrastructure. So everything stays on your side. There is nobody else to trust other than yourself there. So.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for the demo. We've got one more, so nobody go anywhere. We've got one more demo to go, and then we've got voting time. So we want to see who you guys think wins the demo jam. But to tell us about our fourth contestant today, Kerry, take it away.
Thanks, Jeff. Our next demo is OwnBackup. OwnBackup is one of the best rated apps in the IT management category on the AppExchange, offering an independent backup, recovery, replication, and management solution. OwnBackup is the solution to ensure you never lose data while operating in the cloud. So John and Robert, that all sounds great, guys, but what is the importance of backing up Salesforce data?
Thanks, Kerry. That's actually a really good question. And the reason is that in the event of a data loss or corruption, it could take an end user weeks or even months and cost $10,000 if they don't have the right backup and recovery solution in place. Rob, why don't we pull up our backup and restore fact sheet?
Great idea, John. I put it in Salesforce the other day. Just search for the backup and restore campaign.
All right, I'm looking and I don't see it here. You sure it's inside?
I thought so. You know what? Let's check the backup.
Great idea. I'm going to jump over to the independent OwnBackup app. Here's our multi-org dashboard. We can see different environments all from a single screen. Let's click into this one org, view the visual graph. This is a great way to help us see any changes in data. So if I filter down to campaigns and look at the last week, it looks like there were a few deletions. Rob, do you know why this campaign was deleted?
I did do some cleanup yesterday.
Really? Right before the demo jam? Come on, bro. You know what? Lucky for you, Robert, I could click on the latest backup, filter on campaigns, and click and restore that campaign back into Salesforce. Why don't I start off that job and get that campaign back in?
Amazing. So one of the key things about OwnBackup is that we restore the records as well as all their relationships. We analyze the data, and as you'll see here, even though only one campaign was deleted, we may also have lost attachments, and that will probably be the fact sheet we're looking for.
That's right, Robert. Let's get this started. It might take a minute or so to execute.
How cool is that? While that's running, can we show some other features? Our find utility is a great way to search the archive.
That's a good point, Rob. Instead of restoring from the backup, I could go right into our find utility. I could select one of the environments that's being backed up, search any point in time. So if you think this was recently deleted, I could search before the cleanup and look for the campaign. So let's search for that fact sheet.
This will search all the backups within that specific time frame. We'll see the results here in a second.
Right, so even if there's multiple versions of the same record, we'll see them all here in the results. Let this run for a second, and it is going through the backups right now, searching in that snapshot before your cleanup. And we'll be able to see these results very soon. So there it is, presented in a nice way. That's easy to find. Let me check on that restore job and see if that's finished. We should have our campaign back into Salesforce. Let me refresh the search. And there's our campaign. Here's our attachments. Here's the fact sheet.
Unbelievable. So in just 3 minutes, we were able to analyze, find, and restore. We're OwnBackup. Visit us at ownbackup.com.
Wow, you guys. I have to say, I was on the edge of my seat. I didn't know if that was going to come through.
And it literally went to 0 seconds. I was about ready to hit it. So fantastic. Amanda, this may be our first time where everybody's right at time.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I've not heard the elephant this time.
Yeah, that was impressive. I have to say, I think sometimes as admins, we don't think about having to back up our data. So it's always a really good reminder that backing up the data is really important. And I actually really love the find feature. I think that's really cool because sometimes you may not know what object something was on, or you might have been an attachment, or maybe it was a note. So I thought that was really cool. Great demo, guys. Amanda, do we have any audience questions?
Yes, we do. Great job for sure. All right, the audience question is, you talk about an independent application. What is the benefit of that?
It's really peace of mind, and it's your own backup. So as an independent application, OwnBackup allows you to set up and start backing up within 15 minutes. And your data is safe and secure and searchable no matter what the circumstances are. Did I answer your question?
Sure did.
Awesome. So the time has come. We have seen all 4 demo jams, and now there's a survey out there. We want you guys, our whole audience, to vote and tell us who you think did the best job on the AppExchange demo jam this month. And while you guys are voting, Kerry and I are going to talk a little bit about what's going on. Kerry, I heard that there's a Women in Tech thing going on in Denver next week. Tell me a little bit about that.
There is. It's put on by the Women in Tech kind of so people might know about the user groups that exist both for admins, developers, all of the above in each city. There are also Women in Tech user groups in many of the cities around the world. And there's also kind of a general overall community, Trailblazer community forum for Women in Tech. And they put on a Women in Tech conference that's both Salesforce specific, but we also touch on general Women in Tech issues as well. And last year it was in Chicago after Midwest Dreaming. This year it's in Denver after our Dreamin' 5280 event. It's next weekend, July, I think 26th to the 28th. And the website for it is witness, WITNESS, success.com. If you'll be in the Denver area or feel like coming to Denver and hanging out for a weekend, I highly recommend checking it out. It's really cool. And we have a lot of Salesforce speakers as well, which is I'm pretty excited about.
Well, I'll bet. So yeah, definitely go out to the Witness Success site. And Kerry, I don't remember how long you and I have known each other, but I think you've been involved in this for probably almost the entire time that I have known you, haven't you?
Yeah, so I think we've known each other since probably about 2010. I think we met way back at my first Dreamforce. That's also where I attended my first, back then we were called Girly Geeks. That's where I attended the first Girly Geeks event at Dreamforce. And when they launched the city chapters, I was really excited to start one in Denver. And we are now 500 women strong in Denver.
Man, that's huge. So that's awesome. What else has been going on in the Midwest here? I think there was Midwest Dreamin', was it last week?
I think it was last week. I wasn't able to attend this year, unfortunately, but I think it was last week.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think sometimes they put their recordings on YouTube, so maybe keep an eye out for those.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to see who's coming to those and learn as much as you can. I mean, there's so many free events out there. I think if we go back, well, it's got to be more than 10 years now, before in other applications, other software that we used to use, man, there wasn't nearly a community around this stuff like there is around Salesforce. And whether it be technical things or whether it be business process stuff or whether it be, entirely around building your career as Women in Tech allows, that is just fantastic and really great to have. So I think without further ado, Kerry, are you ready for our winner? We need to do a little announcement. Do you see the trophy out there that Amanda's going to be sending out to our winners?
Yes, it looks like voting is in. And if we get a little drum roll, I'm excited to announce that the winner is OwnBackup.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Would you guys like to say a couple
Thanks,
words?
Kerry. Thanks, Kerry. This is awesome. What an incredible field of applicants on the roster today. Thank you, and thank you to all those trailblazers who dialed in today and voted. Look, like everyone at OwnBackup, we, John and I, truly believe that no company operating in the cloud should ever lose data. With our backup and recovery solution, the real benefit here is data protection and, of course, peace of mind. We see and hear that so often in our AppExchange reviews, our customer surveys, and just in speaking with our users day-to-day at conferences. So thank you, and I really encourage everyone here to visit our website, ownbackup.com, to learn more and request your own customized demo. We're looking forward to speaking with you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.
Man, that actually was an acceptance speech, man. You had that prepared, and it's great to have everybody here. And whether this is your first demo jam or whether you've been with us for 3 years that I've been doing this with Amanda,
I'll put that trophy.
it's pretty been amazing what's happened over these years. You guys can always go to appdemojam.com to see the past demo jams, to check those out, see what's on YouTube, because there's a whole channel around that. But Amanda, tell us a little bit what's coming up in the next couple weeks. Well, okay, months now.
Yeah, well, congratulations on OwnBackup, and thank you all for participating today. Every demo was great. I think they're all amazing solutions for admins, and so it's just great to see the variety. We have more demo jams coming up and more partners participating to check out. In August, same time, same place, right here, you can join us for small and medium business apps. So learn about the apps that can help you if you are a small to mid-sized business. Then we got Dreamforce. I'm sure a lot of the folks on the call that presented today will have booths at Dreamforce, so you can check them out, meet them in person. Sometimes they bring their trophies and put them in the booth, so you might see their demo jam trophy in real life. We will be having, at this point, we're looking at maybe 8 demo jams at Dreamforce, including the mega demo jam, where the winners of all the demo jams at Dreamforce will compete against each other for the mega prize. And we have tons of exciting stuff. And you'll get to meet me and Jeff Grosse and Joshua Hoskins in person, and Kerry too. I know we'll get her in there, so it'll be a lot of fun. And then in October, we'll be back with our next webinar on sales apps. So we have a lot of demo jams coming up. It's a lot of fun. What do you guys want to say?
Nothing more than you're going to see us all at Dreamforce. It's going to be a fantastic time. We thank you guys all for joining us today. Every third Thursday of the month, you can join us for the live webinar. Otherwise, we're going to see you coming up at Dreamforce. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.